Welcome to my channel, The Flicks Judge, where you will get detailed reviews and honest ratings of global movies and OTT series so that you can watch only the best content worthy of your time. Today, we'll review the Hindi movie Animal. The movie is directed by Sandeep Reddy Vanga, who has made movies like Kabir Singh, which was a remake of his own Telugu movie Arjun Reddy. Animal stars Ranbir Kapoor as Ranvijay Singh, Anil Kapoor as his father Balbir Singh, a large industrialist, Rashmika Mandana as Geetanjali, Ranvijay's wife, and Bobby Deol as Abrar Haq. The movie is all about Ranvijay Singh's character, and in almost all the scenes, this character appears. Be it as a child who worships his father who has no time for him, or a teenager who goes on a rampage against some boys who are ragging his older sister in college, or as a young man who is in love with Geetanjali and proposes to her in his own way on the day of her engagement to another guy, or later on as a married man with two children who comes back to India from the US when his father is shot by some enemies to take care of business and to identify and root out whoever was trying to kill his father. Or as an old man talking to his old friends, narrating the story about the cheeky monkey. It is a Ranbir Kapoor show all the way. In fact, there is one more Ranbir Kapoor even as the end credits roll. All other characters and actors are just secondary. Even Anil Kapoor takes a backseat and is reduced to mostly some side character who reacts to whatever Ranvijay does. It is clear that the director is fully invested in showing us all emotions, actions, dimensions, and nuances of this character in this extraordinarily long 3 hours and 20 minutes of a movie. But unfortunately for us, there are no such variations to his emotions, no nuances to his responses, no dimensions to this character, and no gears to his action mode. All emotions are extreme, be it love or hate. All responses are actually reactions, vicious and violent. All action is only destruction, massacre, and mayhem. Ranavijay is mostly a mentally disturbed character whose mildest version can be called an eccentric. He proposes to a girl on the day she is getting engaged to another guy, takes a machine gun to threaten a college class. His first night with his wife is on a private jet which he himself is flying until he is not. These scenes and a few other between him and his wife are what the director wants to pass off as Ranvijay being a crazy, intense, and passionate romantic. What might be crass and vulgar or deranged might sound passionate and romantic to hormonal teenagers. I could see this age group's reactions of cheering and hooting in the theater for these scenes and dialogues. This is probably the same demographic of Kabir Singh which the director is targeting with these scenes. So far, so good for the director, that is. Ranavijay goes on a mad revenge spree to personally find out who made the attempt on his father's life and kill them. This vendetta is shown in the form of his hiring bodyguards whom he can trust from their own village, to hiring body double for his father, tapping phones, buying a maid to order grandfather of Gatling guns, which by the way gets conveniently delivered exactly when and where it is needed, massacring literally hundreds of people with medieval weapons to bullets and to bombs. He commits all this mayhem in multiple locations across countries publicly. The director does not bother with small details like police or courts or news reports. Maybe in the crazy world of Sandeep Vanga, these are just minor irritants and would disrupt the flow. By now, I was fully exhausted. I was secretly hoping that probably the theater was skipping on the intermission and running the full movie in one shot. Well, no such luck. It was just intermission time. Since whatever Ranvijay does is always over the top, the director throws in a few fast monologues, to make us believe that there is some method to the madness behind Ranvijay's actions. He wants to show us he is very responsible. He can suddenly go into his father's factory after decades and motivate all the workers in a few minutes. He can go to his ancestral village, which even his father had not visited in decades, and get his relatives to believe in him in a few minutes, so much so that they are willing to lay down their lives to protect his father. And the list goes on and on like this. Everything is convenient and comes easily to our hero. He is the epitome of virtue. When he threatens, it is just his style. When he kills, it is to protect. When he cheats on his wife, it is out of love for his father. So he expects, or rather, the director expects us to cheer for him. Well, overall, this character to me appears to be senseless and deranged. There is no likability. The director's failure is of Himalayan proportions on this count. This is the only character in this entire movie, and not even for one moment there is any connect. Hence, the entire proceedings become one meaningless, soulless, mind numbing flow of bilge. Since there is no emotional connect, I could not feel the anger or passion or rage of Ranvijay. Rashmika, Mandana, and Anil Kapoor have a few emotional scenes which they try to make the most of. In a few minutes, Rashmika spouts pages of Hindi dialogues which do not have any clarity, but it does not matter as they don't register anyways. Her lack of fluency in the language is not the problem here. All Anil Kapoor's acting prowess is wasted. There are other characters like the dummy of a mummy of Ranvijay. Well, why would I single out the mummy character? Every other character is just a dummy. And these include the likes of Shakti Kapoor and even Prem Chopra, for God's sakes. The only other character I liked, surprisingly, was Bobby Deol's cameo. He just comes in a couple of scenes, fights and fights. Thinking back, I liked this character because the director made him dumb. That is, he cannot speak. And he is the one who gets to beat up Ranvijay black and blue. Some retribution for me at last. The first time I saw and felt a large machine gun giving emotional satisfaction was in the 80s movie Predator. There is a scene in the movie where, out of sheer frustration and terror, Schwarzenegger and his team fire literally on all cylinders, firing hundreds of bullets, and keep on pressing the gun even after all the bullets are spent. Anyone who has seen the movie felt the same frustration which those characters felt. More recently, in the movie Kaidi, the 50 cal machine gun is used to great physical and emotionally satisfying, impactful scene. Animal has probably the largest gun with literally hundreds of barrels unleashing utter mayhem. However, there is absolutely no satisfaction or awe. There are fight scenes which reminded me of the Korean movie Old Boy or the Hollywood movie Kill Bill. The satisfaction that comes from those fights are not because of the skill of the fighters or the cameraman. It is the emotional connect with the characters and the setup in the storyline which leads to those fights. In Animal, the director miserably fails in this aspect too. The need for gratuitous violence is not felt. These are just there to pander to the ego. Keep in mind, the sets, cinematography, stunt choreography are visually very good and the effort shows. This is what adds to the pain, in fact. The dialogues are vulgar and crass. The director likes to push the boundaries of discomfort of the audience in many scenes, but these do not give a sense of freedom or liberation, but more of cringe and disgust. I only connected well with the very last scene of the movie, the one with that vulgar gesture. I felt it was the director making that gesture to the audience. I really had a chuckle, but then it was at my own expense. I will advise anybody to avoid this movie, be it a Ranbir Kapoor fan or not. You can always catch it on Netflix or wherever else it will stream. This is one overly long, boring, and relentless movie which tests your patience no end. I give this movie a 3 out of 10 stars. This is for the Himalayan effort of Ranbir Kapoor, who seems to believe in this character and has put his heart and soul into bringing this character to life on screen, and also for the technical team for a mostly creditable effort. As far as parental guidance goes, this movie is certified adults only. See you again with another review. Until then, bye and happy viewing. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I go through hours and hours of content so that you can watch only the very best ones in your precious free time. Thank you.